Welcome to the Info Mullet YouTube channel. If you enjoy this content, please like or share. And if you'd like to support the Info Mullet by becoming a mulleteer, visit us on Patreon. We appreciate your support.
In theory, we're live. Hope everyone can see us. Once again, thanks to the Info Mullet, Mullet Go. We're doing a Twitch game between Mulleteer Maria, say hi, and myself, Chief Mulleteer. Hopefully this is coming through okay. I'll put the Facebook page where people can chat if they need to up on the Twitch thing, but for now, let's get started. Go to the board. And your move, Maria. How many stones would you like? 3. Okay, go ahead. It's going pretty good. I realized I've got to open Twitch to make sure we're live and see that something's going on. I did an Ask Me Anything earlier today, but we're not going to talk about the thing. We're not going to talk about the big thing that's going on because that's everyone's talking about the thing. Oh, and we are live on Twitch. Nope. That is fine. Chat in here. There we go. Yep. All right. And what I'm doing is now trying to take some of these corners away. And what we'll do is we'll give it a couple minutes, and then we're going to pause and go through the basics again while the board's still clear for the most part. And I'll do that by going into an analysis and showing the basics. But how was your day, Maria? Yeah, always try different stuff. Uh-huh.
In different parts of the country. And so for me, this is actually more social than I usually get. This is a lot of putting myself out there in the world. So I'm almost, oddly, I'm almost feeling a little socially exhausted.
No, that's interesting, though. I think that makes a lot of sense in that, in a lot of ways, our regular work, we're just doing the regular, we're in our offices or somewhere working and maybe seeing people around the office cooler and whatnot, but now we're all intentionally reaching out, and that's exhausting.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad to have this opportunity to talk to so many folks. And it's a good reminder to actually do that. But let's see. Hold on. Let me get the analyze game button.
It's okay. Well, she's analyzing that. I'm going to show the basics up here in the corner that are not being used yet. So the basics of Go, and you can see this on my screen because I'm in the analyzer, is when you play a position, these intersections around it are called liberties. If someone takes all 4 of your liberties, you lose the stone. Now, if you connect 2 stones, right, in this position, this now has 8 liberties. So if I were to take this, and I'm just putting these other stones out of the way so I can show that. You see here, this is the 8th liberty. This is called Atari. It means there's 1 liberty left. When I play here, these 2 stones are connected. You see down here in the corner, Maria has 4 stones connected. It shares all these liberties. And the purpose of the game isn't to capture stones. It's actually to capture territory. So we'll go through the game, how we go about doing that and explain. But just so you know, you can play here on the side. But that's kind of dangerous because you have even fewer liberties to begin with. So you see you only have 3 there, and it's easier for me to take it. This is why the corners and the sides are easier to defend. You see Maria starting in the corners, and generally the course of the game is corner, side, center. But we'll see what happens, so we'll go back to the game. And Maria has put me in.
So I played on Q6
Yep. And that's a really good insight as you go through this, is that your game has gotten a lot better in the opening game. Last game, I think you took all 4 corners. I don't think I had a corner left. But I was able to grab. And so in Go, the beginning game is usually corners and sides. The mid game is as you transition into the middle. And the end game is sort of really detailed, fine finishing points. So we're going to enter Joseki up here in the corner. That she's attacked my corner here. I'm going to try and defend it. Looks like we lost Maria on the connection. I'll see if we can reestablish connection here. We are having storms in the area where I'm at, so we may be... Yep, Maria just let us know that her video froze, logging back in. We are having storms in our area, so I don't know if it's on my end or her end. But as she's logging back in, what I'll do is draw here this concept of beginning game is corners. Then you expand from the corners into the sides. And then the end game is you head in the center. So you'll see that as we go through. Now, another concept we talked about the last couple games in the tutorial is eyes. An eye is when you have surrounded in at least one open intersection with your stones, such that playing a stone in there would cause the opponent to suicide. It can be done if you surround all the positions on the outside. Yeah, we're having unstable connections on our side too, Maria. If you surround all their stones such that the last stone you play is in that one intersection and that's the only available liberty they have, you will take all their stones. So one eye is not secure, it just takes a lot of stones. But if you have a formation with 2 eyes, you actually can't be taken. So part of Go is building depth and thickness. And depth is the space you have around your lines. Thickness is how many stones you have connected in your lines. And you see here, so when I look at this for Maria, her depth is the room she has behind her. It's not very much. There's not a whole lot of depth here. There's a little, she's got a little more depth here because it's kind of stretching out in different ways. And her thickness is only 1 line. Now, that's common in the opening game, but I'm going to try and circle around here to cut off and get back into that depth and keep her thickness from growing. So Maria's having some difficulties on her side. We may or may not get her back in. Hopefully this is still streaming on my side. Let's see. Still seems to be going on my side, so I'll be providing the play-by-play here. Oh, that was good. Yeah. Ouch. Just lost that corner. That was painful. So what may not be obvious here, let's take a look on Analyzer to show what happened here. So if I play here, so I'm in Atari right now, I only have one intersection. If I play here, Maria plays here, I still have one intersection. She can take this piece. So those stones are effectively dead. Well, let's say I play here. She takes this stone. I play here. She cuts. I play over here. Eventually, she can begin to cut around. You can see here that as I move this, she's really beginning to close me in, and there's not enough room for me to really, you know, maybe I make two eyes there. So now it lives because it's got the two eyes. But otherwise, that would be dead. So I'm calling those stones dead, and I'm moving elsewhere. I'm taking the sides out. And Maria's advancing up from her corner, so I'm going to bolster mine. Pretty defensive move there. I'm not being aggressive going into her space. Now, because these stones are still on the board, that was a very good play. I was about to say, because these stones are just on the board, if I played on F17, I'd put her in Atari and maybe take these back, but she played on F17 just as I was thinking about it. That's a good sign that you're kind of well matched in skills when someone's at the point where they can take the stone right as you think about it. Yeah, see, Maria and I have played enough now that we're usually just within one stone of each other about where the other might play. So again, unless she actually takes these stones and removes them from the board here, D17, D16, they remain a threat, but she only needs to play once here at E16 to remove it. So even if I could somehow circle these, she has time. She has multiple moves, and at the last move when she's in Atari, she can then place here. But if she's distracted or there's a threat somewhere else, you know, she won't be able to take that. Okay, so she's going to expand another corner there. So what I'm doing here is I want to cut. Maria's got this corner here, and what I want to do is I want to cut here. I want to cut off so that she cannot expand this way. So I'm trying to break the connection between what she's building here in her corner, because her corner is pretty safe. I don't think I can get that. And we'll share it with her. And you see this diagonal move. This is a very common advancing move. She plays on either one of those liberties. I risk being cut, but I always have another move to connect. And she's done the obvious here. I can't really stop that, so if I try, I'm just going to lose stones, I think. So yeah, so that might be, I might have not been able to cut. I can show that while she's playing a game. Say I play, she plays over here, but say I play here, right? Or, well, she just played there, obviously. So I play here, she plays there. I play here, she plays there. I have one liberty. I play here, she plays there. I'm dead. So that's a not very smart move to spend stones. And the key in Go is to place your stones where there's the most value for you in terms of getting territory or influence, and not wasting stones on just frivolous things. I really need a corner. I don't have a corner. I'm feeling kind of naked without a corner. So I'm trying to go under. Stop hurting me. I listen to your advice, and everything is hard now. This is part of learning. Learning is hard. Learning is pain. I'm trying to get underneath here. We'll see if she's able to stop me from getting underneath and cutting it, taking this corner away from her. This is the weakest of her 3 corners. Oh, she might have given up. Let's see if that will let me. So now she has to play on C2. I bet you dollars to donut she plays on C2, because if she doesn't, I play there. Yep, there's C2. Now it gets interesting. Now to surround this whole position, I've got to prevent her from connecting C4 to C7, and she just... My guess is she's going to fill on C3, and that will be the end of that. If she doesn't, I might be able to play on C5 and wiggle something out there. So this is a real, what she's doing now is probably analyzing these things, because there's a lot of things that could happen here. She plays, here is probably the strongest move, because even if I cut here, she plays here, and now I'm once again sort of trapped. And now I'm in a target, right? It's dead. But if she doesn't play there, I might be able to sneak something in the bag. Yeah, this is kind of unfair for her, because I'm able to smack talk her on the Twitch stream, but she's not able to smack talk back. So now what I'm going to do is I want to show you what my next attack will be. Is if she doesn't make a good stone, let's put a stone here. I want to play here, see if I can get her to extend out here, sneak here, and somehow lure her into a bad position here to try and, I mean, this would be her way of defending it, but see if I can get her to make a mistake in the corner. Okay, so that's good. I can tolerate that. This corner is already dead to me. She's solidifying it. It's not challenging my territory. So I'm going to see what I can do here. Let's see what she does. Let's attack this corner from a bit further out. Sometimes it's better to approach rather than go right up to the stones, give it a little space. She left it there. So now I can really go after this corner. Let's see if I can do some damage. Yeah, she's saying she can't even pull up YouTube links to songs that she wants to send me. So part of this is there's songs that you send back and forth as a form of bored trash talk. Yeah. Welcome to the viewers on Twitch. I still have my swear filter on. So Online Go has a swear filter. These phrases here, whatever Maria is saying, she's saying something that probably is not child friendly to me. So the swear filter's on. And Maria has worked her way around the censorship protocols of Online Go. Even when she's not able to get on video, Muleteer Maria is tanking my rating with profanity on Twitch. So apologize to any sensitive ears out there on Twitch. So now we're playing. She's going to. I don't feel like I can really. She's going to play P2. I know it. If she doesn't, I'm going to eat her lunch, but she's going to play there. So you can see here, though, while she's analyzing this, that we've still got corners are Maria. She has 4 corners. She's got a little bit of space here because this corner's dead, so she owns this. She goes out a little bit here, and that's it. So there's still a lot of open, she can kind of go around here. There's a lot of open territory on the board. And I think I'm going to start taking some of that. So okay, so Maria's restarting her computer. We'll analyze the game here. What she's going to want to do is, because she has, take a little bit of strategy time here, because she has these areas here are all hers, she can try and expand out. She's got a couple options. She can expand out this way, but you see here I've already got stones sort of blocking her expansion. This is probably her weakest. Right in here is her weakest side expansion. I've only got 1 stone there. It's not got much support. She's got 2 strong corners. If she wants to come up in this area, she can take it. But look at the points that are available in the middle of the board here, right? All of these points are available. And if I can basically start putting stones out to contain her on the sides and the corners, I can try and build up my score by holding into this middle area. My drawing's pretty poor. But so I'll call this strategy for viewers. Don't peek. Okay. And so it'll be interesting to see whether she's able to, if she goes in, right now the score, when you estimate score here, it gives you black's up by 40, so she's up by a lot right now, and I'm starting to hurt here, so I need to figure out something to get a lot of the territory. And you can see here, every time you estimate score, it's kind of giving you those fuzzy lines, or I call it fuzzification, right? You look at the board, remember how the line, if I overlay these lines, see how those blue lines kind of indicate her territory that I did? That's a key part of Go, is learning to see the board and recognizing every time you play a stone, something changes. But there's still a lot of moves back available, and now she's going to try and take that. So I'm going to try and stop her pretty harshly in that corner, because I want to preserve that middle space. Hey! You're back! Yay! Good. Yep. I did a little strategy session for the viewers of the mid-game and sort of my end Fuseki, so don't peek at it. It even says don't peek. And I was also saying how even when you're not on video, you're managing to tank my Twitch rating with profanity. So. All right. Well, go ahead and put. So go ahead. It's great. Well, you have what do you want to expand from where you're safe or jump in the middle and start claiming some territory? I mean, you're up right now by score. You are up by 40.
But I'm not. This is no. But that is the game not knowing the difference in our players.
Sure.
Let me take a look at what I've got, and let me send this to folks. So I'm going to do kind of my bird's eye view of this game.
Yep. And I have to look at it so they see it. So I'll try to like hover over it and then close my eyes.
Yeah, no, that's totally okay. Actually, that is fine. Hold on. No, yes. Well, okay. Well, okay. So then I'm gonna do red is you. There's blood everywhere. Blood is everywhere. Life is pain. Life is pain. Life is pain. Then you die.
Another happy edition of Go to get you through your isolation troubles.
Hey, I'm great company.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So here's where I feel like, so blue is me.
Mm-hmm.
Red is him, and purple is contested territory and what's happening.
Okay. Sounds good.
That's a little messy.
Right. So this is not unlike what if you and Maria won't see this, so I can hover over. This was my version. This is Maria's version, and you can see here that it's not too far off, and it's this different of how you view the landscape is a big part of how you play strategy. So. I'd say bust a move, Maria. You've drawn your diagrams. We both charted our little battle lines, which, by the way, are you can tell we're both great visual people.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, so the problem is that, like, I feel really, really happy playing somewhere like B15, or even like
B15?
Yeah, or even
Okay.
like C9, or even like
That's kind of
one.
that's very safe. That's safe. Yeah, those are. Do you want a hint? Do you want a hint? Do you want a hint?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't want a hint. I just want a warm blanket and a cup of tea. But yours won't win the water. I'm just very unhappy that you're making me do unsafe things. I have to get out here on shit, man. I think I have to do something on on that 8 line, right? Over either F8 or somewhere around there, or because I need to get some territory out in the kind of E8 to K8 to your stone on K4, kind of in that triangle.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I'm gonna get stuck.
I'm drawing something for the viewers at home.
It's a relatively safe move, but it's because I don't feel very confident with my center board play. And that keeps shooting me in the foot, right? Is I don't usually try stuff based on trying to mitigate my losses.
Yep.
Instead of taking risks and figuring out how to do it. Like when I was learning my corner play, I was nuts. I was enjoying this. I don't know, we're gonna try this. Oh, that was a 180-point loss. Okay.
Yeah, it's losses of 100 to 180 points are not uncommon when you're learning, but it's part of the learning process. What?
You just
What?
mongrel.
What? What did I do?
You played. I was looking at
For
I have credit, I was right. I was just a coward.
yeah. So this L move here, I call it a knight move. It's 1 over, 2 up. That's a very common advancing move. See how she's moving in. Once she gets close, I place this here. Now I've turned it into that diagonal where I can have fill in a stone on either side. So it's a way of advancing with fewer stones and covering more territory. You see there's another knight move here from J15 up to K17. There's a couple things Maria can do to attack this, but this is actually a fairly strong advance versus, say, K17 to N15, which has all this space in between. So she plays there. I can back up a little bit and give myself some room here. And still, what I'm trying to do is establish a line to get that center area, to protect that.
You're taking me apart in 3 different fronts right now. And every time I get a little bit of a plan for one area, you hop back over somewhere else. And you've had Sente this whole game, so there's nothing I can do but keep trying to hold my ground. This is going to be a rough game. I'm going to lose this game by 50 or 60 points, I think.
She's got more confidence than I do. So this concept of Sente that Maria just discussed, Sente and Gote, is who is reacting to who. If I play a move and she reacts, that's Sente. And by the way, this is a cut. So a cut is when you are able to keep them. Now, she could put me in Atari in one of several ways and maybe reestablish, but I've now cut her position in E8, F8 from the rest. And so now it's going to be a race to see whether I can sustain the cut or lose the stones that cut. But this concept of Sente, if I play a stone and Maria reacts to my play, I'm in Sente, she's in Gote. If she plays a stone and I react to her, she's in Sente, I'm in Gote. If I play a stone and she plays somewhere else, I'm not in Gote anymore. Or I'm not in Sente anymore. She's ignoring it. Now that may be wrong. She maybe should have reacted to it. But this concept of who has initiative and who is determining the tempo is really important to get a sense of very good play. But now we've got a fairly strong position. I got to make sure that these don't get surrounded. Where this formation here is cut. The stones that are... I don't like this. This is a tight play. And she's got the advantage here in that she's got this corner that she's attached back to. I can't take that corner. So this entire formation in the lower left is safe to hers, whereas mine is getting pretty... It doesn't have much depth behind it or thickness. What am I going to do here? This is tricky. Here is where I want to play, audience at home. But I can't play because she has Sente right now. And she's driving the snake right into my territory. She's going to keep doing it until I go nuts here. Oh, that made me in trouble here.
That was a good play. That was a good play.
If I get Sente back, I got one move I want to play, but I got to get Sente back first. And that's tricky. Okay. That was the play. Maybe. I gotta mentally count these stones. This game may be over very quickly if I lose this position. Yeah. Well, you don't have much at risk. You've got a snake that is completely. The only stone you have at risk is G1. But I don't think you're in a position to take mercy on me. How many people are watching this when I'm about to lose? Oh, I'm about to lose a lot of stones, I think. Yeah, that's it. I can play there. Well, might as well. So by not playing in that, I'm kind of admitting that those stones are dead. And if you look at the score, she just went up by 18 from where she was before. So all these stones here you see are dead now. Because if you think about it, while she's doing her next play, I'll show it in the analyzer. It may not be immediate apparent at first, but I play here, and I take her 2 stones, right? Get that one over there. Hey, I've taken the 2 stones, but look at this. She plays here. If I don't play here, I'm going to lose all the stones. I play somewhere else. She plays. She takes all my stones. So instead, I take her stone again. But now I only have one liberty left. She still takes all my stones. So by narrowing in that space and preventing me from getting 2 eyes, she made it that is an unsavable position for which there will be payback and blood. Unfortunately, Go does not lend itself to phrases like "remember the Alamo." It would be like "remember the line from D to K around 1 through 4 range." It doesn't quite have the same ring to it. I think you're underestimating yourself. You're in a really good position. No, I'm talking about I have no corners. I have no depth.
I'm honestly scared of how good you are at this. Well, I'm scared of how relatively better you are.
Yeah. There's someone watching on Twitch right now who's just doing this. Oh, what are they doing? Why are they playing so bad? Yeah. I think my Q rating here, however you pronounce it, is like 6 or 7 or 8. It's not. It's very intermediate. It's not an advanced. Yeah, the ranks go 15Q is KYU. 15Q to 1Q, and then it goes Dawn, which is the master rank. So 15Q to 1Q is sort of you go down, and you're going through your beginner to intermediate, and then your masters are 1 to 9 Dawn, if that's the way you pronounce it. Show something. Changing score here. If I... Okay. Oh, what do I do here? Can I ignore that for another bit? I don't think I can ignore that. So Maria drew me back down with that move. I can't ignore this forever. I have to kind of keep... So rather than continue to play this snake and train, I'm going to try and force her to play over here, take a stone, start building my defenses for these pieces here. It's high drama.
I mean, this is about as exciting as it gets. That formation has two eyes. I can't take that.
Well,
Yeah.
you could take it if you surround it at M2, N1, and no, you couldn't. Never mind. It would be tricky. It would be very tricky. You'd actually have to take the line from the 7 line formation first by surrounding that. Yeah, which you're not going to. You're not going to do. I might extend down here and give myself a little breathing room at the bottom. Ah, she saw it. If Maria missed that, I could see. she's onto my ruses where you pretend it's just a casual move. I'm just going to put a stone down here for no reason whatsoever. Don't mind me.
You are so full of it, Clancy.
I am just losing badly here. I gotta stop this snake.
Stop the snake. Snake. This is another classic Maria move. I'm just gonna take ground.
Yeah, she's not getting any territory, but she's already ahead in points, and what she's doing is she's ahead by 30 points, and she's reducing the space in the territory I may eventually get as I try and contain the snake, because it goes all the way back into this corner position, which is untakeable. At least it looks untakeable.
I've been losing. I had a 60-point lead on you, then I had a 50-point lead on you. Now it says I have a 27-point lead on you. So, I mean.
Oh, you're right, it does.
Is rapidly closing.
But you still have moves to make. This is. I cannot take your points away from you. You can take my points away from me. Is sort of how I look at it. So I've got.
Very clever about how I do that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how clever I am.
That was not clever.
No, that was a bad. Not my bad.
Yeah, because for those at home, what it looks like when I saw that is she can get a couple more points here, but I can easily block it by just coming down here. Whereas containing this whole nonsense is my primary goal. So I kind of ignored that move and just. I think I've got our snake contained now. I just have to keep from getting cut too badly. And I may lose a few pieces here. I may lose M5 is looking a little exposed. Now this could be tricky. She could reverse on me, and exactly what she did. However, now she's in a tight spot because I have a lot of liberties in there. Not many, but a lot. And she's only got 2 in that formation, and she's close to a double Atari. K8 is an Atari, and the J1 is very close to being an Atari. So she's kind of in a no-win position right now. Let's say she saves, I'll analyze the game here. Let's say she saves K7 by playing out. I play here, she's an Atari, can't get out. So instead, she plays here, I take this, I now have a backfill, and she's still kind of in a bad spot. I can outrun her. So in some ways, I think I've contained that, but this is a very weak position. If I make a mistake and look away and she plays 2 stones without me paying attention, she could wreck my center here. But I think I'm able to hold the line. But you see how much territory she's taken with this darn snake. It's come all the way over and just eaten all this space.
The worst I can do is irritate you, and I'll take it. I used to go from just crying every time we played to now I can at least be a thorn in your side, or at least like a pebble in your shoe.
Yep.
I sound like my cats when they're
Uh-huh.
Oh, that would be a magnificently stupid play. I'm glad I picked it up twice. Take that. No, that's
Everything hurts. Everything is hard.
everything hurts. Why does it hurt? Oh God, no, 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 no.
You're gonna have to play a stone eventually. You can't go for a
Yeah,
timeout.
I'm not going for a timeout. Rude. There we go.
I can live with that. Now that may have been a wasted stone on my part, but I was feeling really uncomfortable there without a lot of room to play. So I'm taking these stones off the board now, so I can feel mildly better about myself and my chances. Not today.
But I just had to.
It was a good. It was good. I almost played at the wrong spot. I mean, I almost.
It's okay if you're sleeping on the job. I'll tolerate
Yeah, but what you did do is I wanted to connect. So I can show you this one. What I wanted was to preserve. I wanted to get all this space in here. This was my lane of space, and maybe even come here. And you basically you took it all away. You just took it all away. And that's good. I mean, that's the kind of play, because what you're doing is you're preventing. Again, you're only up by 6. Ha! It's giving me the center. it's starting to recognize the center.
I know.
But now it's down. It's down the wire. So now at this stage of the game, we're in the end game here. You're kind of looking, where are the big plays? Where can I get more points? I've got to get ahead by 6 points. So I can maybe get. She just played there. There's nothing I can take on either side that won't be more than a point or two. But if I play something like this is going to try and solidify this entire. So just like on the other side, I wanted to claim this. Now I'm trying to claim all of that, and that's worth a lot of points. So the more I can kind of, well, it's really close. And you hear my cell phone ringing in the background that I'm going to ignore. This is where it gets very tight and moves. As she's trying to take my S12 and S3. Oh, it went off in 2 rings. That means there's a spam caller. Thank you, Google Voice. S12 and S13 don't have a lot of liberty, so she may be trying to take them from going underneath by playing on the one line here. One line being the first line out from the side. But I will take that stone. And now we have where are the points left I can take? I need to take all the points. There's some points to take. Let's see if I have a chance to play there. She's going to. Mm.
So what I get out of playing where I just played was that Q16 is now I have one play where I have Sente, which is important here.
Yes.
Because that determines where I'm going to go next and try to grab a few points.
Yep. And there are points to grab.
Yeah, there are. Yeah.
Take a breath.
Breathe. Let's see. Where am I going to get the most points? That's really the question.
Yeah, we're down to now where the score is. That's the good play right there. I may explain that move later. Oh, you didn't take the bait. See, I've left R11 as a sacrifice. I'm okay losing that stone as long as I don't lose this entire formation in the backfield. Basically, here, let's mark it with this guy. He can be lost, but as long as I save these ones, that's my goal. You could take R11, but I'm okay to lose that because then I can, yeah, tie it together.
No, R11 is mine. I can't take the whole thing.
Yep. But wait a minute. There's an interesting move you could make. Let's play this out for the folks at home and see if... Are you seeing my face? The audience just saw. Let's play that again in slow motion. She plays there. I played there. She plays. Yeah, you can. There's moves you can make there. Here, I'll do you. Do you want a hint or no hint?
No hint.
Got it. Play live. Got it.
Oh, there's a co-move there. Oh, sexy. Sexy.
That's what I was just showing the audience.
Oh, I forgot about that rule.
Yeah.
That's sexy.
Co is but we're about to explain it here very quickly. So Maria just took my stone, and see that she's only got one liberty left. Normally, you'd think I could take this stone because it's only got one. If I try and play here, the computer tells me it's an illegal co-move. What Co is in Go is actually, it's a way of preventing stalemate. If I take that stone back, all I'm doing is resetting the board to where it is, and then she takes mine, and I take hers, and we get in a stalemate. So I have to play anywhere else. And if she doesn't fill that in, I can take her position. But so I'm going to play here, but now watch what happens. She took a Co. If I get one more move, I can take that stone back. But watch what happens next. And I'm hoping that pressure causes you to make a mistake. Yep, there we go. And that's what I said. That's when my face was grimacing in the audience. Was like, oops, that was bad. Ooh, now I'm down by 22. This game looks in bad shape for me. Unless I'm able to do something footloose and fancy free. Oh! We've got to run! The footloose and fancy free caused the error. Now we're going to rampage. Go! Go team! Go team! Exactly. Oh, you're being cautious. I'm hurt by that. Now you're in a tough spot. Because do you block me? Or do you let me connect? It's like a rescue team going into the cave. We're spelunking in the cave. Oh, wait, I can't rescue him. I can't. If I rescue him, you'll take the whole thing. I gotta play here. If I played on F19, you would have just, I'd been in a tower for the whole group. Oh, well. Sorry guys. Now, if she plays somewhere else that isn't important, I can take that and save a few stones, but it's only worth a few points, and we're running out of points right now. Oh, Maria says no. I'm not playing your game. Yeah, that makes sense. I need about 20 points. I only see spots for onesie, twosies. Let's see if there's anything I'm missing here. Any sort of shenanigans or chicanery or just something or other that I can pull out of the rabbit hat. Not seeing it really. Just trying to.
That was a good butt. Well done.
It's not going to get me much.
No.
Good play, well done, but not going to get you anything.
I mean, so far as it perturbed me.
Oh, I actually want to win. Torturing you is a secondary benefit. I think I got one more move. I think I can attack one of your corners.
Which corner?
I'm debating. And when I say I think I can attack, I mean not by a lot. God, this is so tight. How much am I down by? Ooh, that's a lot. You are free to pass if you see no moves.
No, I see moves. I just don't like any of them. No, that's not gonna do it. Fuck. Ugh. Man, I had such a close run with my stones on K6 and K7. I was so close to getting into some real serious heavy mischief.
You mean J6 and J7?
Oh, I'm sorry, yes.
Yeah.
The J line.
Yep. She's referring to these two right here, which are dead unless I make a mistake. That's the thing with the endgame. You can leave threats out there, so they call it a co-threat. You leave one of those co-situations open, where by taking that, I have to play somewhere, and it gives her an effect of 2 moves. And in situations like this, 2 moves would be enough to kill. She plays once on H. Here, I'll show it on the analyze game. Let's say hypothetically she has a threat somewhere here. She plays here, I have to respond. Somehow I'm distracted, right? Normally I would play there and kill it, or attach, but for some reason I can't. This is why these formations are weak. They're only 2 moves away from losing. It is still your move.
Yeah, I'm kind of. Oh, God. I'm really looking at that J6, J7 and wishing it was otherwise.
But it is pretty dead. I would have to make an error.
It's pretty, and it's just not going to happen, I don't think.
Yeah.
Especially not when I, like, verbally agonized over it, calling attention to it. Let's see, where's some points? There's some points. There's, for those are just bitty points. I want big mama.
Well, I got news for you. It's nice to want things. You're up by 12. I keep hitting the score button, seeing if it will change the score on me. All right, let's start this game. Let's go. Let's see what happens here.
I wondered if it might be that bottom corner. I wondered. I'll give myself that much credit.
Now,
Yeah, okay. How are you going to pull this off?
very carefully. This is a multi-staged hypergeometric distribution analysis. Hail Mary pass to the end zone with final seconds left. I'm losing right now anyway, so I might as well, try a little something.
Yeah. So I've got to make 2 lines here. That's all I have to do.
Yep.
So, how are you? Okay. You know what? I'm not going to try to overthink this. There's 1 eye. Oh, okay. Interesting.
Footloose and fancy free.
much thinking about how do I stop you? Because I don't care about you. This is my territory. This is my kingdom.
Yeah.
All I need is 2 eyes. And then you're just kind of gobbling up points in my backfield. So where do I have eyes in this formation? My instinct is that if I play on team E, that's 1 eye. And then I have an eye somewhere on the F line, like on the ST lines, that I just, that I just haven't closed up.
Right. And in the corners, I have to create 2 eyes to survive in the corner. And it's tricky when you're in the backfield like that. Playing on the 2 lines is very hard to create 2 eyes.
Okay, now I actually am asking, because I'm nervous. No, I'm not going to ask.
Yeah, don't ask. It's too late now. Confidence. That's right.
2 eyes. Fascinating. I don't like this one bit, Tim Clancy. I have 2 eyes in my top right formation. I have 1 eye in my bottom right formation. I can make 2 eyes. I can duke you out for 2 eyes on the bottom right formation. Confidence. I'm very good at the corners.
Yep.
I might be, I'm neck and neck with you in the corners, and I might often be in the corners. My bottom left formation is mostly a snake, which doesn't have reliable options. If I let you play on, I have 1 eye there, but I can't let you play on C3, because then I will be cut, and that's where that starts to fall apart. So I have 1 eye, I have to play on C3. Okay.
That was the move.
Okay. Were you psyching me out to get me to C3?
Absolutely. The entire point of playing those corners was what's called additive complexity. I wanted you focused on 3 corners simultaneously with the hope the only move I had to play was in C3. That's the only thing I have on the board that could change this game.
That was very well done.
To show what's going on, so had she not played in C3, I've got these 3 stones here. I'm going to show for the audience and then say we'll call this additive complexity, right? I've just played in all 3 of her corners. If she plays anywhere else on the board, she finishes her eye here. I play here, she plays here, I play here. All of a sudden, this whole position, now maybe she can take an Atari, she can take these stones that are in Atari, but if for some reason she gets distracted in the Joseki, I take these, now I've saved this entire formation, and the score now is white by 40 points. So I go from... But that requires her to get caught up in the moment of a Joseki after additive complexity. Right now, she's ahead, and I probably shouldn't have passed because there's a few simple points, but I think it's over at this point. I don't think I'm going to win. So you're ahead by 14. Are you still playing? Oh, yeah, you're filling in. I'll fill in here, too, so we get, clean lines. Yeah, I think there's one at age 14, unless you want to try and cut me in. Unless you want it. Yeah. And I don't know if I have Comey or you have Comey, which may affect the score. But if you're up by 14, you should still win, even if I have a... Comey is... Yeah, I have 6.5. So I've got 6.5 unearned points. So you basically... she's beating me by 20 points now. If it says 14.5, it's actually 21 because Comey is... I played second, but since we're doing stones a little differently, I think we're done. I think you're going to win this, Maria. And now you go through and you accept all of these are dead. I don't disagree, so I click accept. Hey, good job, Maria. You won live on Twitch, 11.5. You actually won by 17 or 18 points. I think that's an all-time high for your winning by. And what did you do differently?
I started in three quarters.
Well, and you started attacking my center. You went from playing defensively to playing just a little bit more aggressively, and you went from losing by 15 points to winning by 18. So I mean, good job. Well done, jerk.
It's about that better.
So let's go back and review. Let's go back and review block corners. So this is where was I want to show them. Here we go. Strategy for viewers. So you see here, very early on in the game, I'm drawing the corners are Maria's, the sides is a contested area, and I was going to try and hold the center and push out. Maria, likewise, had a very similar drawing. Well, look at the final board. This is the concept of Fuseki, the ability to see the end game before you get there and start building to it. And she's got, she took that part that was contested. She took a lot of points there. That snake cost me a lot. The inability to end the snake that's in the bottom corner here that kind of runs along and kind of extends up into the center, that cost me a lot of points. That probably cost me the game. Plus, misplaying this formation down in the bottom, which ended up, there was a lot of things I misplayed. She played a good game. But any thoughts you have or additional comments?
I think it's neat now to look at 725 overtime that strategy for viewers don't keep
Yeah.
looking at. I'm glad that I sent my view of the board right after that.
Yep.
Now I'm kind of comparing these two. Um, that's interesting to see.
We should probably do these at different points of time where we put our version of the world and then go back and compare them because it's very close, but where it's different is critical. On yours, I noticed you anticipated me to extend at the top of the board to the left and the right where those purple arrows are, and to try and sort of push those arrows. I had given that up because what I saw from you is a very strong position in the upper left. The big thing I was expecting you to do, the hint, look at the hint, don't look. Right? If you scroll down when it says hint, don't look, this would have been your big aggressive play. You had a really strong formation in the corner, and you could have gone,
Rocking and rolling on that.
there was nothing to stop you.
You tricked me when you played on, what was it, H13, and I didn't know what to do with that. I was totally rocking and rolling with that top left corner.
Right. I think if we look at where this is, at this point, I hadn't played there yet. The next move, you played somewhere down south, and that's when I played at age 13. So if you go back and look at the analyze game, so let's see if I can, find out here.
Right at move 84.
Okay, so if you look at move 84, so okay, so we're going to take, you can see here at 82, we're going to start analyzing the game here, and I'm going to share this with you, Maria. Instead of playing at G8, which she did, look at this move right here. She can play almost out here, but if say she's being conservative, a double diagonal, right? I play back a little bit trying to recover this. Now she plays up here. I try and block here. She plays down here. I'll share this as charge, Maria, so you can see it. Right? Look at all this space she's taken, and I haven't even contained it yet. This is by no means contained. I try and contain a little bit here. She's cutting me over here. I keep doing this. All of a sudden, she's taken. So there's a lot you can do. Here's the encircle. Oops, wrong. Here's the encircle, right? So you can see as I try and contain you in the center, you could encircle on the sides and take that side out. So there was a lot. That's where I was expecting you to really, and again, you don't have to be super aggressive. That's only that one move on J13 is a double diagonal for you. It's not hugely outside your distance. It's very unlikely I can come around behind you. But those kind of moves forced me into defensive, and you won, so you obviously won. But that probably would have been a 40-point game or a 50-point game. So good game.
Thank you. Good game. That was a lot of fun.
All right, we're going to go ahead. Thanks, Mullet Go, folks. That's it. We're going to stop recording now and then stop the streaming. Yeah.
Become a Patreon. I always forget to say that, but I will become a Patreon on Patreon.
Thanks, Maria.
Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to follow the Info Mullet, visit us on Facebook or Twitter. And if you'd like notifications when we post new video content, click on the red subscribe button below the video. If you've ever wanted to become a mulleteer and support the Info Mullet, visit us on Patreon. We appreciate the support.